Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and as always, I hope you're all doing well. Today we've got another day in the lifestyle video. However, I think it's fair to say today is a little bit of a different day compared to most normal days in the life of an airline pilot that I film. And that's because today I'm flying to one of the most challenging airports in the whole of Europe. Today I'm flying to Funchal, Madeira. And that is renowned for being one of the hardest airports for a few reasons. Firstly, Funchal Airport itself. Captains are the only ones who are allowed to land and take off there. They have to do extra training just to be able to do so. And as a first officer going there, I have to have a certain amount of experience before the company will even send me there. When we fly to a normal airport, I say normal, but something like Gatwick, for example, in London, whenever we come into land, we fly on what's called an instrument landing system, or ILS. That means we are stabilised with the centreline and the glide path from anywhere between 7 to even 10, 15 miles out from the runway. We're nice and stabilised on the approach path as we make our way into the runway. We can see where we are, we know our speed's under control, all our flaps are in configuration from a nice early stabilised point, and we can begin our constant flight descent into the airport. However, Funchal's not as easy as that, because where the runway is built, there's mountains either side, which basically means that ILS system just doesn't work. So we have to do basically a visual manoeuvre to sort of come round where the mountain is just to be able to land there, which is completely different from any other airport in Europe. That surrounding mountains can make it a really difficult airport to fly into, especially if you haven't been there before. However, another factor that makes it incredibly challenging with Funchal is it's known for its tricky winds and bad weather. If the winds are from a certain direction and above a certain strength, we're not even allowed to commence an approach there. That means if we arrive there and the winds are out of limits, we either have to divert or just hold until the weather improves and the winds die down. However, that being said, even if the wind is from the correct direction and is within limits, it can still be incredibly windy and incredibly challenging, leading to so many go-arounds and so many diversions just because we're unable to get into there due to the high wind. And the funny thing is with the weather in Funchal, you could leave Gatwick or wherever you're flying from and the weather says it's absolutely beautiful and a nice calm day. And by the time you get there, the winds are completely out of limits and you can't commence an approach. But also vice versa. You could be leaving Gatwick, the winds say it's completely out of limits, you go have a look anyway, and by the time you get there, everyone's getting in, the winds are calm, and you've just come in at a perfect time where the winds have died down. So we don't know what we're going to get. Now, speaking about the weather today, it actually looks completely beautiful. Really calm winds, clear blue skies, so I'm expecting and keeping my fingers crossed that it's going to be a nice, easy day. We're going to commence the approach like normal, and we should get in no problem. That being said, as I said, it is a tricky approach, even with nice winds, so do a lot of reading and preparation the night before, learning about the airport, reading about the approach. We'll do some more and do a detailed briefing with the captain in the cruise later, and I'll go in a bit more detail about the approach later in the video. So excited to go to Funchal. I think it's one of the coolest places in our network that we get to fly to, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's currently 10 AM in the morning, so I'm about to head to the airport, meet the rest of the crew, do our thorough briefing with myself, the captain, and the rest of the crew before heading to the aircraft to get set up to fly to Madeira. If you do enjoy these videos, please hit the subscribe button. It's completely free and massively helps me out more than you can know, so that would be massively appreciated. And if you do like this video as well, please click that like button. It really helps out the channel. That's all from me for now. I'm going to go head into the airport now and let's fly to Madeira. After a short but rainy drive, I've made it to Gatwick where I'm based. Hoping the weather would improve by the time we had briefed and made it to the plane, but that was not the case today. Once we had all our checks completed and the passengers on board, it was time to head to Funchal. We started off by getting our pushback clearance, where we also started engine 1, the left-hand engine. And then once that was all spooled up and stabilised, we started engine 2, the right-hand engine. With 2 good starts, we completed our after start checklist and made our way to the holding point for runway 26 left in Gatwick, which today was a very short taxi, during which we completed our flight control checks and also our taxi flows and checklist. After receiving the ready message from the cabin and all of our checks completed in the front, it was time for takeoff. Once air traffic said we were cleared to line up, we entered the runway, confirming the approach path is clear and switching on all our lights and our air traffic alert and collision avoidance system. Shortly after, we were cleared for takeoff. I was pilot flying for the first sector today, so I started by setting 50% thrust. And once the engines were stabilised, I applied our takeoff thrust, which many would be surprised to note is rarely full power. just enough to allow us to take off without burning any extra fuel and wearing the engines any more than we need to. Once we built up enough speed, I gently eased back on the side stick, bringing the aircraft into the air. With a positive climb, the captain raised the gear lever as we started our flight to Madeira. Once we were out of London's rainy surroundings, it was a clear flight all the way down to Madeira. Blue skies all around with a few clouds below us. With a bit of time in the cruise, we gathered the weather for the en route airports just in case we would have to divert for any reason. We can never be too prepared. After some fuel checks and monitoring all the systems, it was time to enjoy some lunch and take in the awesome views on the flight. Just as we began our briefing, we encountered some light clouds, but soon popped out of them and we saw the island far in the distance, but luckily the zoom on my camera just managed to pick it up on the horizon there. Being the complex airport that it is, we started our briefing very early compared to other destinations I usually fly to. We look at all the possibilities that could occur today and brief exactly how we are going to fly it. As we were doing a monitored approach, I had the pleasure of flying the approach before the captain takes over control for the landing. For the approach itself, we get the aircraft configured very early, extending full flaps and the gear on the downwind leg, making sure our workload is as low as it possibly can be whilst having to fly the tricky approach. This allows us to monitor the flight profile as best as possible. Once flying overhead, the point we briefed, we start our right turn over the sea to start heading towards the island, allowing us to establish on a nice base leg avoiding the large mountains. We actually aim our turn by using the banana sheds located on the coast of the island, and with the aircraft lined up with the sheds, we confirm the heading vector is what we brief so we know we are all lined up okay. Once over our next brief point, we start our final right turn to line up with the centre line, and using the PAPI lights next to the runway, we see if we are lined up or not and stable on the glide path. Now we are nice and stable on the final approach. On a day like today, most of the hard work is done. If the weather is bad, then this landing can be one of the hardest in Europe, but on a clear and low windy day, it's definitely one of the most beautiful. The captain flares around the 30 feet marker, and with the beautiful landing in Funchal, we're slowly bringing the aircraft to a taxi speed with the assistance from the spoilers, engine reversers and the auto brake. From there, it's a short taxi along the only taxiway in Madeira to the terminal building where we pull on to park and shut down our engines. Just like that, we'd made it to Funchal, and as we were very comfortably ahead of our scheduled arrival time, I thought I'd make the most of it and head into the terminal. I started off by, of course, getting some pasta del natas, one of my favourite things to buy whenever I fly to Portugal. I made sure to pick up a box for the crew as well, and a box for me to take home. I also got a lovely bouquet of these local flowers for my girlfriend, which I thought were absolutely gorgeous. It was then just a short walk back to the aircraft where we got set up to fly home. I started by completing the walk around, after which I managed to get this cool tail clip and a cool view of the airport here in Madeira. Shortly after, we had our passengers start to arrive, so we set up the aircraft and got ready to depart out of Funchal. Just like Gatwick, we started by pushing back while starting our engines in sequence. With all our checks completed, we taxied down the runway. We have to backtrack and then do a 180 at the far end of the runway for takeoff. And once we were cleared, this time we applied toga thrust, which stands for takeoff go around. As the name states, we only use this thrust setting when we're doing a go around or have to apply maximum thrust for takeoff, which out of Funchal we do. Once we reached our rotate speed, the captain smoothly got us into the air before starting a quick right turn to avoid the mountains straight ahead and bring us over the sea to climb away. Just like that, we were in the air and heading home on our way back to Gatwick with the gorgeous island of Madeira in our wake. The views tonight were absolutely sensational. The camera really never does it justice. Hopefully these videos can show you how beautiful the sky can be from a cockpit. And I say it in all my videos, but honestly with views like this job just never gets old. We had this gorgeous orangey pink sky, so I reclined my seat, sat back, which was just a perfect way to watch the sunset. Once the sun had set, I tucked into some of the pasta del natas I bought. I just honestly couldn't help myself. The flight back went so quickly. I think we were too busy watching the views and eating pasta del natas before we started our descent into Gatwick. Unlike Funchal, a nice and straight in forward approach, one that we have both flown so many times and know so well. After a perfectly flown approach from my captain, I took control at 1,000 feet above the ground, disconnected the autopilot and flew us down to the ground. Just as nicely as I saw my captain do in Funchal a few hours ago, I flared just around 30 feet whilst bringing the power back to idle to create a nice smooth touchdown. Then applying reverse thrust and using the spoilers in the auto brake which we armed on the final approach to allow us to vacate on one of the rapid exit taxiways in Gatwick. It was then a short taxi to stand where we got a cool view of the Emirates A320 in the distance with the famous Gatwick bridge behind it to complete an absolutely awesome day of flying. So guys, just in the car and returned home after what's been an absolutely awesome day out. Gonna head back inside now and give you a little update on how the day went. So guys, back home now after what has been an absolutely incredible day out. One of my absolute favourite days flying. Honestly, not really sure where to start from the absolutely spectacular and unique tricky approach or how beautiful the views were as we did that visual manoeuvre coming onto the runway. It was so much fun. It was so awesome to have a little bit of extra time on the turnaround, having a really good tailwind down. Get to buy those amazing beautiful flowers, also some pasta del natas for the crew was a nice treat. And the flight home is so rewarding knowing you've done that awesome tricky approach to then go home to the comfort of Gatwick, knowing it's going to be super straightforward with really good weather. And the sunsets as we were departing were honestly beautiful. This was really one of those days for me where I just know I have the best job in the world, and I honestly believe that it is so much fun. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed today, because it really was one of a kind, and I think I'm gonna have to start bidding for Funchals because I really enjoyed that and definitely can't wait to go back. If you did enjoy it, of course, please leave a like on the video. It really does help out, and subscribe so you can keep up to date with the latest videos. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.